Your job is to follow along with a Master Brewer's recipe as close as you possibly can.
Do not try this at home. Ashifa's having an absolute meltdown.
Good day, good evening, and welcome back everyone to another episode of Battle of the Beans, the show where 4 baristas compete in a series of mystery coffee challenges. I am your host, Ashifa.
And I'm your other host, Caro. Let's welcome back our baristas, Addison, Josh, Kimia, and Marissa. How is everyone going? Hey!
Hello everyone! Ready to brew! Baristas, this week we're playing Follow the Flow. As the name of the game suggests, your job is to follow along with a Master Brewer's recipe as close as you possibly can.
And here to lead us through the brew this week is the owner of Menudo Coffee House, arguably the best manual brew bar here in Melbourne. It's Kurtis Tupangaia.
Hello everybody! Hello!
Yo, Kurtis.
Hey Kurtis, so a big part of your day-to-day life in the cafe when we aren't in lockdown here in Melbourne is explaining the brewing process to your customers. So what brew method are you going to be taking the baristas through today?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Today we will be brewing a method based off of the 4-6 method, which is the Tetsu Kasuya, his award-winning Barista Brewers Cup Championship brew from 2016. And essentially, this is a 5-stage pour, super coarse coffee grind, and it's designed to highlight sweetness and acidity in coffee. So this is a brew method that we use a lot here at Menudo Coffee House. We use a range of different brew methods, but this one essentially for anything that's a wash process, anything that's got a lot of juicy characteristics inside it, this is what we're using to highlight and accentuate all of those flavors inside the cup.
And I believe that you have a few tricks up your sleeve for the baristas today, Kurtis.
I do. So as I was saying, this is based off of the 4-6 method, but today we'll be doing something that I like to refer to more as an instinctive brew method. And so essentially what I'm going to be doing is following my heart and listening to myself and feeling out when I'm going to start and stop these pours. And I've got a few twists, few tricks in there. I guess some of my like hot fly brew method techniques, my pouring techniques to kind of mess with you guys and catch you guys out a little bit today.
To make your participation in this challenge as precise as possible, our friends at Akaya have sent you all beautiful scales which we will use to measure the precise variables of your brew. At a certain point during the brew process, Caro and I will call stop, and at that time we will check the weight on your Akaya scales, and the barista with the weight closest to Kurtis's will win the challenge. Sounds fairly easy enough, right?
Totally, like every week.
All right, and on that note, it's time to tear the scales and get grinding because it is brew time.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is our instinctive brew method. Baristas, I'm going to get you to follow along with me. We're going to be pouring in a number of stages, and essentially for each pour, what I'll do is I will say start pouring, and we're all going to pour together, and when I say stop pouring, we're all going to stop. So you're all going to be measured based on how much water we all end up with at the end of our brews. And as I said before, there's going to be a few twists and turns for our brew. So for our first pour, we're going to pour in spirals. That is what we want to try and replicate in the top of our brew. So when you are ready, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, begin pouring. And stop.
Oh.
Hold on, wait, does there a stop?
Did you say stop?
So that is our first pour.
Oh, it did say stop.
The water's going to be draining through. So now when you're ready, we're going to begin our second pour shortly. This one may run a little bit longer, it may run a little bit shorter, but for this brew, we will be pouring to spell my initials in the brew. So this is a very important part of the extraction process. There needs to be a K and a T poured into our brew within the time frame that I say. So when you are ready, baristas, 3, 2, 1, begin pouring. My initials KT.
Are we doing a lowercase k and a lowercase t, or?
It is a capital. It is a capital. I'm sorry for not specifying that before. And make sure that you do the dots in between to signify. And stop.
Oh, thank God I didn't get confused and do my initials, KB.
I know that would. I can imagine
That would have messed up this whole brew.
So close. I mean, it was
And so now
completely
baristas-
thrown off the flavor.
You will see there's water draining through. We're extracting more and more. So this time we're going to step it up a notch with this brew. So for this next pour, what we need to do is we need to pour underneath our leg. So when you are ready, what I want you to do is position yourself nice and comfortably. We need to be safe, but the pouring under the leg is a very important part of the process to extract delicious flavor from our brew.
I don't
This is
know.
not even possible.
I don't
This
know
is what you're saying?
if I'm able to do any of this, but it's fine.
Okay.
I thought this was supposed to be things we could all do.
These, when you are ready, 3, 2, 1, begin pouring.
I can't get
This
the angle.
is stretching.
There's not enough water in the kettle.
And stop brewing.
Ah,
Okay. Now baristas.
I'm gonna break the origami just by kicking it off the table.
Okay, now we have a little bit more water draining through. I can also see that you're all following along with my Instinctive Brew. This is going to taste delicious. It's looking yum yum. So for our next pour, baristas, what we are going to do is we need to pour, be very careful with your kettles as you approach doing this, behind our necks. So what we need to do,
Oh, come on.
you may be able to see me. Right now I have my kettle behind my neck. Positions. So when
Do
you are
not
ready,
try this
baristas,
at home. Ashifa's having an absolute meltdown.
3, 2, 1, begin pouring.
Am I even pouring into
Oh
the
my god, I'm
thing?
doing it! Stop!
Where was there a
And we're done.
Oh,
My heart was in my throat. Okay, baristas, it's time now to reveal your weights. We'll kick things off with Addison, please.
My final brew weight was 271.2 grams.
Wow, to the measure. I love that about Akaya scales. You know, it's to the point.
I've never been asked to reveal my weight before, but in this case, it is 208.7.
oh.
Oh, big difference.
208.7.
Oh,
Big
God.
difference.
So-
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so nervous.
Fourth place sounds fun. 406 grams.
Oh my god.
Man, your flow rate must have been like
Hell yeah.
17 grams per second.
Remember though, it's not who got like the smallest weight, it is who got the weight closest to Kurtis.
That's
so,
true.
Marissa, if you want to reveal your weight and then we can get to Kurtis's.
I have 233.9.
Oh, that's in between me and Addison.
Yeah.
All right, weights across the board here. Some of those moves definitely threw a few of you off. All right, Kurtis, the time has come.
Okay.
Can you please reveal to us what your finishing weight was so that we can do the math very quickly and find out who is this week's winner?
So the finishing weight for your brewing master today was 220 grams. Yeah.
Does that mean?
It doesn't mean.
Could it be?
It couldn't possibly mean.
It means that Josh takes out this week's challenge.
Oh my god!
The one and only winner.
Party time!
Yes, Josh.
Oh my crumbs. That is close.
Very, very close.
That is close.
Okay, well, congratulations, Josh, for taking out this week's challenge. You are the brewmaster. And a big thank you to the wonderful Kurtis for taking us through this week's brew challenge. Where can people go to find out more about you?
So if you're based in Melbourne, come through when our restrictions are finished to Menudo Coffee House. We're based in Abbotsford, 221 Johnston Street. You can find us on Instagram at Menudo Coffee House, and you can also find my personal account, Kurtis_Tupangaia, on Instagram as well.
And thank you at home for watching. Speaking of precise measurements, comment below and let us know how much coffee you drink per day.
Too many coffees per day. That would be my answer. As always, we will see you right back here for another episode in 2 weeks' time.
So make sure you have your notifications turned on so that you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. Happy brewing!
Toodles. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks again for tuning into another episode of Battle of the Beans. We have some amazing things planned for this season, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for when new episodes drop.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where you can see all the behind the scenes action and gossip from this season's show. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye!